Welcome to Chris Now the Hamster Wheel. Today's video is the first part of many where I try to turn our Citröen Berlingo into a CamBerlingo. And in this project I'm using less than $50, so I'm just using all the materials I can find around in this area around our house. There's a lot of renovation being done on the old houses, so there's a lot of old scrap wood, and the screws, for example, I use in the project are from my old apartment, the screws I didn't need anymore in it. So I repurpose everything, so I do it on the cheap. I don't have much money right at the moment, that's why. I'm gonna try to talk you through and walk you through what I did during this project, and this right here in the picture I'm measuring out how I want to unfold this camping bed in the Berlingo, and yeah, I'm gonna try to walk you through what my thoughts were behind it and how I did it. I spent a lot of times when you want to do it this cheaply for less than $50, you gotta find the wood anywhere else than in the big utility store. So I found it around the house. There's a lot of renovations going on, as I said in the beginning. So I were able to find these cool old planks and these sticks to build the skeleton of the camping bed. But in the end, when all the job is done, it's very satisfying to see these more than the guy that gave me these planks said they were a lot more than 100 years old. They were used for either roofing or the floor of these old stone houses in our little village. Yeah, it just gives the camper a very cool characteristics, and yeah, but a lot of extra work. But I really like it. When I finally finished removing all the nails from all the old wood, I find out, as you can see in the video as well, all the time that all these old sticks I use for the skeleton of the camping box are crooked and bent, but what can you do about it? I try to work around it and get the best out of it. While building my little camping bed box for the Berlingo, I also figured out that my screws aren't long enough, and I ran out of the longer screws, so I had to like pre-drill holes in the wood to make sure the screws would get the grip inside the wood I'm screwing it into. So you keep on, as you go on the project, you keep on discovering like new obstacles and new challenges, but that's what's fun. Every morning I really look forward to getting out and I'm so lucky that our landlord, he gave me the permission to work in the house next door. It's under renovation, but it's at a standstill. He's focused on other projects, so I can use it as a little workshop, which I'm very thankful for. But yeah, every morning I look forward to getting up and working on my small project. It really gives me a purpose every day. It's a pleasure, and in these surroundings, it's amazing to wake up and actually do something that you really love. And you can be sure of there's always a cat helping you or going in front of you and annoying you while you try to work, but that's just part of it down here, I guess. I'm also very excited to hear your thoughts on the project. What would you have done differently, and is there anything you'd like me to see? Is there anything you'd like me to build in the future? I'm always open for inspiration. Yeah, the only thing I have right now is time. I don't have any job except this YouTube channel, so I'm really looking for inspiration. I also have a lot of projects, ideas on my own. Now it's time to see if the frame fits into the car, the frame for the camper bed thing I'm working on right now, if it'll fit into the car. I'm kind of nervous because I didn't feel like my measurements were any good, but it looks like it's kind of fitting. Oh, fuck man, nice. And I'm sorry during this video if I'm a little bit negative sometimes, but you gotta be your own worst critic. So you always strive to get better at what you do, and that's what I'm doing when I'm talking about the projects like this. And this format, is it okay? Is it like, are these these time-lapse videos, are they exciting to watch, or should I like do a more engaging explanation and then actually filming in real time when I do these projects, so you're more involved and I talk while I'm on the film instead of this little speak when the video is actually finished. Yeah, let me know your thoughts about that. And to critique what I want to say about this project, what I would have done differently if I had to do it again, is probably like these old thick, they're like 4 centimeters thick, these chestnut planks. I would probably try to find something a little bit lighter, because it's a bit clunky and heavy, the camping box bed for the car. So my original thought was that I could, like, it should be easy to take it in and out of the car, but it's gotten very, very heavy, so it's hard to move in and out. And I don't even know if Stine and I can do it together without unscrewing all the screws, and that way you wear on the wood, and the screw holes, they'll get worn out. So I'll have to figure out some idea, or maybe it just has to stay in the car all the time. As you'll see in the end, it is possible to fold it, to flip it all together, so it doesn't take up that much space. But yeah, the weight is an issue, but it's the first time I'm doing stuff like this, so yeah, kind of hard to do. Let's see if it fits. Further projects I want to do with this camping box and building the car and turning the car into a camper in the future is also going to be me building a fridge in the little camper box where the bed is established upon, and that way we can have a little bit more options with our food when we're out camping with the new car. So that's also going to be a little project. Once this one is uploaded and done. Also, I want to make curtains for the car so that we can sleep in the dark. It's very important for the human body to get darkness when you sleep. The light annoys the sleeping routine. So I want to make sure we get good sleep, because that's very important if you've been on a big hike or something, that you want to recover well. So we want to make sure it's the best possible night sleep we can get in the car. So that's why I'm gonna try to make it as comfortable as I can. Almost before every drill, before I screw any screw in, I pre-drill the holes so that I don't split the wood. So that's important. But I have the longer screws I use in this project. They have some self-drilling, so they can go into the wood without having to pre-drill. But the issue here is that they flush the wood, so it makes an ugly finish. So sometimes I pre-drill with these screws as well. But yeah, you have to judge the situation every time you go. Yeah, and now I'm trying to make the last bend of the bed here with all the scrap woods, and unfortunately all the chestnut planks wasn't 2 meters long as I wanted them to be, so I can have a comfortable night's sleep and sleep in my full length. Again, back to the sleep and how important it is. So I want to be able to do that, and that means that I had to make a lot of adjustments with a lot of small pieces of plank, but I think it makes a great finish that it's kind of like thrown in there all together, so it's not looks like the perfect perfect piece. There's a lot of it has a lot of character, and I really like it. Yeah, now I'm unscrewing it all because I'm want to apply varnish to all the planks. And when you apply the varnish, my father always told me, he's varnished a lot of boats and all that stuff. It's important that you give the backside of it as well, because that ensures the wood won't bend and get crooked if both the sides if you've applied product to both the sides of the planks. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm giving the underside I only gave the bottom of the planks one time because on the other hand I didn't want to waste all my varnish, and I think it's enough. The wood won't bend, and it's the surface, the top of the planks that's most important, because I want it to be a little water resistant, and it also gives a great character for the planks. I'm just using a completely regular varnish, see-through. There's no color in it, so I really want to I really want the wood to shine through, and in my opinion that's the best way. I'm using a small pencil to apply to the holes and the edges, and then a bigger one to apply to the bigger surfaces in the middle. And it was a very challenging varnishing work because it had a lot of holes and uneven surfaces, and it would gather in small pits in the wood. So very challenging, and you have to do careful strokes with the pencil to ensure the best result, but I'm pretty satisfied. Again, talking about stuff I do differently in this project is definitely also the fact that I should have gone down to the car and see if the planks, when I've cut them and all that stuff, if they actually fit. Now it's time for the biggest test of my sleeping bed thing box for the back of the Berlingo. I'm gonna put it in, screw it all together. It all had varnish and it's all ready to be used. So we're gonna try to see if it fits. I had problems fitting it again. Now that you see I'm screwing it in again, it was too wide. The top of the planks was too wide, so I had to adjust it, and it took a bunch of time. I wasted a lot of days doing this. So I would have gone to the car, see if it fits a couple of times before I cut all the planks, so I didn't have to do all these adjustments. But that's, on the other hand, I think it's impossible to completely avoid obstacles, and there's always in these DIY projects, there's also always some little expected thing. Like you can see here, the place where the back seats click into place. I hadn't thought about that, so I have to cut off the outer boards. I have to make a little cut into them, so they're able to clap all the way back on top of the back of the box. So all these small projects, and I had to stand there with a hammer and a chisel and remove it all. So, but that's part of every DIY project, right? Yeah, and this is the last clap, the last board that you clap out to make it into a bed. You fold it onto the seats and make the bed. And this one is the one with all the small pieces, which I am very fond of because it looks very cool, and they all have to be completely different lengths to make it the complete 2-meter bed. And I think it looks very cool. And again, here I had to adjust because I thought it would be enough to have one board to hold them all into place, but I had to apply another one, like you see here in the movie, afterwards, after I actually did the varnish. So I hadn't done that in the first part because it has to support. Like me, I'm 70 kilos and a bit, and Stine is also so like more than 100 kilos. I want to make sure that it can support us and give us the good night's sleep I'm so fond about. And yeah. Maybe also I have to put one extra hinge on both ends, because I don't know if this one can support, because as I said, these chestnut planks are so heavy, and that can probably be a problem. I am lying on the Berlingo bed right now. I'm finally done after all those days work. This is the view from the bed. And this is how it's organized. Oh yes. Now I just need the mattress and maybe make a little fridge down in the box right here. But it's possible to sleep in the car now. And it has a bend right here, but it's because we need the weight of us sleeping here for it to push the seat down and make it flat. Fun project, finally done. I like the result. Great project, and it's like this. I know the car's really just standing in our little village at the parking lot, but it's like views like these you want to wake up to in this bed, and that's the purpose of this project. But yeah, again, thanks for watching. I really appreciate a subscribe and a like if you like the content, and yeah, tell me if there's anything you'd like me to build, or if there's anything different, or if you have questions to the methods I've used in the video, feel free to ask me. I'll try to respond as good as I can. If there's anything you're in doubt of in this project, if there's any questions I didn't answer in the video already. Thanks for watching, guys.